school of thought are of the opinion that some schools and some parents are not doing enough to imbibe the Nigerian cultural and traditional heritage in our children. How true is that? This is part of what we will be looking at in today's edition of the program, Nigerian People and Culture. It might interest you to know that this is taking place at the Zoological Garden, Garki Area 1, here in the FCT. Happening here today is the Children Cultural Carnival. We would look at how well our children knows our cultural heritage. My name is Ndila Mishak. You are watching AIT.
It's your boy Rough Code in the building once again, you know how this is. Told y'all I'm the most versatile artist in the country, right? Gotta prove it one more time, you know what I mean? Exactly, man. It's your boy done sat on the bed, you know? Going in on this big head. Alright, yeah. Okay, hey. I'm a nippy wagon. When you leave, I'm a maco wagon. I know when they go. I just say, I go high. I'm a naka wagon.
The opportunity is open to all the schools in Abuja. Last year, we organized the same event. We had like close to 30 schools in attendance. This year, we believe that we're going to have much more than that because we have gone around the look and clean out of this city. We have so much belief that people will come. They understood the drum of the moment. They understand that we need to come together to be unity. It's open for everybody, as a matter of fact. This year's edition is about the 12th edition of the Children's Day Carnival we are organizing. Over the year, as a PR organization and an event management company, we have worked with several organizations from the private sector and the public sector of the Nigerian economy. We felt there is always a way you give back to the society. So we came up, for like 12 years ago, we came up with Children's Day celebration to give back to our children. Celebrating our children is as good as celebrating everyone because there is no one that is void of having children. So we felt that giving to all our children will be able to attract the parents, will be able to attract all the facets of the economy be put together. So that's why we are celebrating our children today.
Okay, why making it a cultural event?
Well, this year the choice of our team is actually from what is happening in our environment. We just found out recently Nigeria that was one of the most peaceful countries in the world has become a rowdy nation with chaos, crisis here and there, insecurity, herdsmen, Boko Haram and all of that, insecurity in terms of no food, people are complaining here and there. We decided to say, well, there's a way we let our people know that we have every reason to go back to basic, go back to our family, we go back to our churches, we go back to everyone. Let us come together and look at ourselves and say, where did we get it wrong? So through children, we are promoting the campaign, letting people know that we need to come together as one nation. Whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa, we belong to one nation. Then our team is our children, our heritage. So it is about time to bequeath the right culture, the right tradition, the right norms into our children so that we can have a peaceful environment, so that we can bequeathing the right norms and culture into our children. We are safeguarding the future of this country. That actually informed the choice of the thing we give to this year's Children's Day celebration. As you can see, the children came out to demonstrate how everyone needs to put their hands on the desk to work together as one thing, as a nation. Nigeria is a big entity. In short, if I must tell you that God is a Nigerian, because having passed through a lot of upheaval, we are still where we are today. God is still helping us. We so much believe in this country. We believe in our children. They will take us from where we are to the next step and beyond. So that's why we are celebrating them today. We are using this avenue to call everyone, man, woman, children, to come together. Let us come together to form unity against our common enemy. It is the enemy that is not trying to divide us. We are a united nation. Good people, great nation, Nigeria. Very recently, this has become a social problem that if you go, before now, if you go to, even if you enter the metropolis, the city center, you will see that a lot of people can speak their dialects. But now and then we are beginning to adopt the Western culture. People doesn't know their foundation, they cannot speak their dialect, they have lost their culture. Losing our culture is as good as losing our livelihood. Losing our culture is as good as we are equally losing our unity. So it is about time for everyone to come from the family. We must begin to teach our children our culture, the way to go, the way to do it. The best way. We in our culture, we see our culture are beautiful. It is not a means to divide us, it's a means to bring us together. Our unity in diversity is lying in our culture, in our religion. It's a tool that God has given to us to unite us together. It is better now that everyone is aware of the crisis we are having. We should begin to make use of the tools in our hand, which is the culture, our religion, our tradition, to come together and foster unity to move this nation forward.
We are now going to try to know if the Nigerian children actually knows their culture and where they are from. Right here with me is Halima Arabi. What's your state? What state are you from?
Gombe State.
Okay. Can you speak your language?
Yes.
Do your parents speak your language to you?
Yes.
What about your school? Do they teach you some Nigerian languages? What's the name of your village?
Nafada village.
Okay, so say I am a girl in house 11.
You see? Me Arinyatu. Babana Karibullah. I am from Imo State. Ingo Bara. Yes, I can speak my dialect. Jewa.
What does it mean?
Go.
Okay.
Bia.
Okay.
Come. I am from Yobe State. I'm wearing an Igbo costume. Is I hear Magana language Nine Machechi. I'm from Enugu State, Ogu Village. Yes, I can speak in my dialect. Abum wine.
Do your parents speak your tribe to you?
Yes, yes they do. My school also teaches Nigerian languages. I am excited to be. Yes, I am from Maiduguri, Bama.
Okay. Can you speak in your language?
Yes, I can speak. Utara. Supanye Zanna.
Your school teach you advanced languages?
No, we stopped it. Normally it was your outside we speak that we were teaching us before, but we stopped since we don't have our South teacher anymore. I'm from Imo State, or Hafia or Kagwe.
Can you say I am a girl in your language?
Fred Bright Anthony, he is Nigeria's finest comedian. Please a round of applause for him. On stage, Fred Bright.
What I learned from this event is that we should be able to, advise our children to live our rights, to do things that is right, and to stay away from trouble. Yes, every parent should be able to, teach their children their especially language. Most people don't like teaching their children the language. They prefer English. The language is part of culture. Sometimes you want to talk to your child, you don't want another person to hear it. You use your language, to talk to your child so that you can be able to have some secrecy between you and your child. I do. I take them to the village during the celebration of Easter and Christmas. And I will speak Igbo in the house. I speak Igbo with them in the house.
So your children, can they speak?
Yes, my daughter can speak Igbo very well. The organizers of this program, they have really tried to, gather children from different schools to do some performance. And this shows that they are really trying, they are doing well. Yes, they are. It's only maybe one or two languages will I say that they are not doing well. But other languages, I know that they are trying. The Yoruba and the Hausa people, they are trying. Most Igbos, they speak English, but I encourage them to teach their children the Igbo language.
I learned so much from the children, the cultural display put through by the children from different schools here. I mean, it's okay. I learned a lot from it. One other thing is that it's good for one to teach his or her, children the culture and value, ethics and value. Especially you have children, instead of you speaking your language to them, it could be Edo, Igbo, Yoruba, and the rest of them. Then you, your wife and children, you express speaking English language. It's not too good. It's good your child understands your language, speaks it, eat it, do your language, because who knows, it may not really be with you for now. Will be a situation, okay, what they are doing now, come speak Igbo. Most of these children, they are going away with different prices. So if your child cannot really speak your language, I don't think it's the best thing. So my advice to government is to ensure that vernacular, culture and history, especially, they should inculcate it into the curriculum. Yeah, I do, not regularly, But when my daughter, secured admission to one of the premier universities in Nigeria, I said, okay, you go to my state, that is Edo. So when you are, if you can spend 4 or 5 years at University of Benin, at least, I'm from Ishan, you will maybe meet friends there from Ishan, from Edo. Within that period, at least you should be able to speak my language. And when you come back home, then I will not speak other language apart from my language. So my daughter, she speaks Ishan fluently.
Having seen this event, do you feel that schools are doing well in terms of teaching their children?
Emphatically, no. Most schools are not doing well in that regard, because I went to visit some schools. I found that culturally they are not doing well. That is just the best answer to that. There's a few of private schools, not even government. Maybe they are doing it, maybe to encourage parents to bring more of their children. I think that is just what I see there. So government should do something about it. Yeah, I said something like that earlier. Government should, prevail on both public and private schools to introduce, during my days we call it vernacular. Let them go back to history. Most of these things you are saying, they don't even know what is going on. They should be compared to include history, vernacular, the joint curricular system. So that I think will really go a long way to, help our children.
Hello, what's your name?
My name is Ahmed Olayinka Usini.
Okay, what brought you to this cultural event today?
We are here to celebrate Children's Day, which is make all Nigerians together. We be together, because it's giving us one love together. Because when the children, they are the future of this country, and we are here because of them today. Which is we are here because of them today. We are celebrating Children's Day together with them, and it brings out the culture of our country together. As you can see here today, you see Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, so many tribes, Tivi, so many tribes here. We are all celebrate as one. None of us even remember the Igbo or Yoruba, but we just celebrate as a one nation, great Nigeria.
Okay, can I ask you, do you speak your language to your children?
Yes, I speak. I do speak my language to my children very well.
Okay, this is your daughter, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name is Sarah Osunu.
Okay, Daddy says you do speak his language to you, is that true?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to know if truly he speaks his language to you, alright? So, you are going to say something to your daughter now.
Sarah, lálẹ́ àná, kí ni oúnjẹ tó jẹ lálẹ́ àná?
A jẹ ìrẹsì àti ìrẹsì.
Yes, and then nígbà tá à ń bọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí, gbogbo wa à ń bọ̀ ní Children's Day, right? Bá ṣe ń bọ̀ lọ́nà, nígbà tá a gbé mọ́tò bá ṣe ń bọ̀ lọ́nà, kí ni àwọn ọ̀kan tá a rí lójú ọ̀nà bá ṣe ń bọ̀?
A rí ilé pẹ̀lú ọkọ̀.
All right, so that's actually a good one. I'm happy to see that there's actually some parents that still teach their children their dances. So do you take her to the village to see where she's from with her siblings?
Yes, we do. Every December we do go home.
It is good that cultural events like this should be put together in order to engage the children by introducing them to the Nigerian cultural heritage. From our findings, it shows that the parents are putting more efforts than schools.
kuduka tani Hausa muna da kene Queen President Independent Nigeria International Senior Clinic Inifuna Alimaka because Sidin Kanami Echako Sidin Kanando Nopina Everani Bina Onopuna Mankele Echako Gadina Onopuna Mankele Badani Bina
Build a better nation, but we are Nigeria, together we shall stand. Because your hope led crying to bring us together, but we are inclusive, together we shall stand. With one love, we can build a better world. With one heart, we can build a better place. It doesn't matter your tribe, your religion or your race. You are very special. I am very special. Whether Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo, but we are inclusive. Together we shall stand. We shall stand.
We get plenty, but we still dey suffer. We get like say we no get. We get like say we no get. We get like say we no get. We get plenty, but we still dey suffer. We get like say we no get. We get like say we no get. We get like say we no get. We get plenty, but we still dey suffer. We get like say we no get.
Parents, do well in introducing your child to your culture and heritage. Schools need to come up in teaching their children some Nigerian languages like Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo, so as to imbibe the Nigerian culture into them. Language, they say, is a strong weapon, so do well to have that. It is on this note that we draw the curtain for today's program. Catch a date with us, same time next week. Bye.
You are very special. I am very special. With one love, we can build a better world. With one heart, we can place. It doesn't matter,